I'm going live. Let me double check. We haven't had any issues in a long time. I'm going to say that and I'm going to jinx it, but it's been a very long time.
This will be the time.
Yeah, right?
Oh, man.
Go check live. Cool. All right, so we are live. What's going on, everybody? Just going to be a me and clean stream today. We were supposed to have on Brave Dogs the other day, but they said somebody cut the internet connection in the front of my neighborhood, which is why my whole neighborhood was out. But by somebody cutting it, I don't know if they mean like literally or if like somebody like ran over it or something and it just happened to splice in half or whatever. Not really sure, but we're back. And Brave Dogs actually has their mint today, so maybe we'll check out. Actually, I need to see when they mint to see if we can actually watch them while we're live.
Good luck, everybody minting today. You got codas that are minting. Go lay down, dog. Codas that are minting today, which are like a passport, and you hold multiple. I don't know. I don't even know what the hell it is, to be quite honest with you.
They've been giving out information slowly, like day by day leading up to everything.
Right.
Yeah, I know that they're these passports that they're going to get. I don't know how everything's going to tie into their overall ecosystem. And I apologize because I'm scrolling through Brave Dogs real quick just to see when their mint starts.
What's up, Anwar?
It said mint is going smoothly. Oh, so I think it already started.
Okay.
Mint site. So let's see here. I can share my screen, show you guys what I'm looking at. Boom, go over to here. So this is what we're looking at. Mint time between, so it just started.
Okay.
4 p.m. UTC and will remain open till 1. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. So it started an hour ago and it just closed. Okay. So, and then the standard mint will start now and remain open until 7 p.m. my time. So for another 6 hours.
So yeah, whatever's minted is minted.
And they say less than 250 are minted during this period. A public window will open. Max 1 NFT per transaction. Total assets 320.
Okay.
So yeah, this was one that I was pretty interested in because they are building quite a bit. They kind of popped off like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Their dog tags. Let's see if I can go show that. Their dog tags were going crazy. And
Anwar, no, can you explain what these codas are, Anwar? Because I don't understand. So it's a passport and it shows all the NFTs that you own, right? So it gives you some sort of social swag, credit, whatever it may be. But I don't know why.
Yeah, I meant to chime into their they had a Twitter space yesterday, or on Monday rather, and I missed it. Oh, my dogs. I apologize, guys.
It's fine.
They'll stop soon enough. Somebody's at the door.
That's it.
Luckily, my brother's home, so he can handle that for me.
Ricky, get it.
Ricky. My brother's not even Ricky. That's hilarious, though.
What?
My brother's name's not Ricky, by the way. If anybody,
I know it's not Ricky. I just had
know.
to make up a name.
Yeah,
I had to make up a name on the spot. You know.
Yeah. All good. Let me try to. I wish sometimes when I shared my screen that it would allow me to just share. I guess I could do the entire screen. Boom. We'll do that. And then we'll go ahead and we'll bring over JPEG Store and just checking out Brave Dogs. I'm trying to see how their NFT is doing after the mint. So these are their experience passes. Looks like 257 have been minted out of the 320. So that's pretty good.
All right.
Only 0.4 are listed. 600. Only one is listed.
One is listed for 600.
Maybe they're coming through slowly, or maybe that many people really are holding. Let's see. A few seconds ago, 2 were bought. Is this the same one? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay. That's pretty crazy. Only, 4, 5 have been listed?
Right. And what's the price?
The price was 170 or 185.
Oh, wow.
Let's go back. Maybe it's in mint details. I was just looking at this. Wish I could find it. FAQ, is that it?
Yeah.
I forget where I saw it.
There's the experience pass.
Does it say the price though?
FAQ. Yeah, it goes over.
Yeah,
Oh,
see, this hasn't been updated yet.
okay.
All good. I want to say, oh right, here it is. Right? Does it say the price? I said it on my video. It's either 175 or 185. But yeah, the quotas are minting today too. They're minting actually, I think in 2 hours. So we'll have to see how they do once they mint. And then who else do we have minting? We have, let me
This
bring them.
month?
Well, this month we have crazy mints. Do we have Stag coming up? We have
Right.
Her Monsters. We have OTK at the end of the month.
Kongs at the end of the month. Which, yeah, we can talk about Kongs, dude. That shit was nuts.
Oh, you're talking about Kongs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So wait, so what do you mean that was nuts? Something happened with Kongs?
Oh, 100%.
But what happened with chilled Kongs? What do you mean?
So here's what happened, right? So there's this guy, Arctic, who's like kind of a well-known guy in chilled Kongs and in the community. He bought like the highest sale for like
I do remember this.
150K. He dumped into Kongs and shit like that. And so he wasn't excited with the way, hey, that floor Kong used to be my Kong. It's not mine anymore. I sold it a while ago. That used to be one of my Kongs. Get out of here, dog. Quit clicking. So anyway, I hate it when dogs like little claws like constantly click on the ground.
Oh,
Drives me nuts.
like high heels.
Get you some socks. All right, go lay down. So, okay, so Arctic, right? This guy, he's got some pull. It was him and this other guy, Ron Swanson. Ron Swanson in Web 2, right, is a very successful business person. He's done like multiple businesses, been very successful, has a keen eye for business, right? So they approached Deckard, who's the owner of Kongs, right, along with Ochi, who's a co-founder or whatever, and they said, "Hey, we don't like the way you're marketing. We don't like the way you're doing. It's crypto heaps."
Yo, what's up, man?
And so yeah, he didn't like the way marketing and everything was like that was going, and promotion and overall utility and stuff. So they were like, we'd like to like buy your portion of like the marketing out. Like we would like to take over that. You can still like be the artist or whatever and still be like an advisor. But for the most part, we're going to take over that and you're just going to focus on the art, which to me makes sense. I mean, these guys are good at what they do, right? Like I like them a lot. And so I was kind of on board, and I guess they offered like what was considered a lowball offer, which was 50,000 USD.
Okay.
Right, for them to do this. Which to me, they're paying 50,000 to take over the vision of the Kongs. For me, that's like what they need, right? Like you can say like it's a lowball offer or whatever, but they were still going to include them in like the mints. They were still going to pay them out, other things like that. They literally just had to create art. That's it. And so for me, it's like, okay, so that's pretty decent, you know. Deckard could like continue to work at a different job, or like Ochi could be like somewhat the community manager or whatever it is. It doesn't matter. And then they would flesh out kind of like where they want Kongs to go. And for me, I was like, okay, kind of a lowball offer. I totally get it. But I mean, 50K to help you out is pretty good. Like they're paying to do it, right? When they so obviously need that help. And so, like the day or two, like of Alpha or Arctic Alpha, you know, he has this AI bot which values NFTs, and it's very like good. And to me, when I saw it, he dumped like 20 some odd Kongs, you know what I'm saying, the day of, released something in Discord and was like, hey, I kind of don't like the way the direction is going. Like, I'm just testing my AI bot to see how valid it is, you know, do what you want with the information or whatever. right? And so, uh, so essentially, um, they thought like, oh, he's dumping on the Kongs or whatever. Like none of his things were listed at floor. He was doing his AI bot, and I looked at some of them, and the price on some of them was very, very attractive. Like he has a God Eyes, like cowboy hat, and like a black T-shirt, like kind of like messed up that I minted, that I sold for like 1,200. Right now,
Right.
he's got it up there for like 45, I think.
Okay.
And to be quite honest with you, like if I had 4,500 data back in the day, I would have probably bought a lot of his Kongs. Like they are very well priced for the rarity that they have. And so it seemed like it worked out. His AI bot seems really good. And, um, so they didn't like that too much, right? Ron Swanson was a complete gentleman the entire time, was very nice, very hospitable. And then I guess Deckard, the owner of Kong's, released like the DMs in Discord
Mm.
and said, "Oh, these fake fucking people, blah blah blah," and then they banned Arctic from Kong's Discord.
Oh.
So not like a great thing, I would say.
Yeah.
And so people immediately were tanking, like they just did not like that move. Right now, as you can tell, Kong's rebounded quite hard. You
Yeah.
know,
They're doing pretty decent right now.
right? So they got more holders. People were looking for like kind of a time to enter. So Arctic allowed allowed a place for them to enter at this point. And so
Yeah.
that was good. But my general sentiment is like, sure, it can be a lowball offer, and you can be like, no, this is not going to work.
What's up, Dusty?
But you don't have to release the DMs. And so I was talking to Arctic, and I was like, yeah, I don't know the vision of the team. Like to me, and this is just me, I was just like, they're way too strong-headed, right? They're way too stubborn to give up any sort of ownership or ideas or like whatever it is. They have their own path that they want to take, and it doesn't matter how long it takes to get there. They're going to do it their way, right?
There is nothing chilled
There's
about
nothing chilled
Kongs.
about Kongs at this point. No.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
so for me, they were just stubborn, and all he did, he emojied like 100%. Like he understood, and I kind of thought about that for a while, and I was like, um, I didn't know, where it was going, so I lost kind of like a little bit of faith. Right now, the investor side of me, right, probably should have been like, okay, so I have Kongs or whatever, and there's all these new faces. Now here's my chance to like influence, right? New holders and other things like that, right? So big brain activity should have been, hey, that's what I'm going to do. Instead, I just decided to floor some fucking Kongs and get out. So
I mean, I was actually thinking your second option was the first option, like new people coming into a project that you don't believe in too much. Yeah, dump, right?
yeah, but I mean, so there's different ways, right? That's what the common dude would do. They would panic fucking sell, right?
I think so, but
And I don't mean to say
also,
fucking, but I did
I
say
mean,
it.
common isn't so common though. Like if you don't like a project that you're holding and you've just recently come to that conclusion, and then you see that people are pouring into this project, I think sometimes the common man wouldn't even agree on his own sense. He would be like, oh, a lot of people are buying into this. I must be wrong. Let me continue to hold. I had it right the entire time, instead of actually believing in what he originally believed in and selling, because people are sheep and they like to follow, you
Well, I'll
know?
tell you this, I sold it just like, but everybody else was doing that, right? I mean, we saw sales of like 750 ADA
Yeah.
for Kongs and shit. And so I was like, eh.
There were
And
definitely
so,
some nervous times.
and so now that I looked at it, right, because the volume on NFTs right now is there are 1,000 people trading right now.
Yeah,
They
we can go
said
ahead and go open CNFT.
1,000 unique wallets trading, right? And so I'm just kind of like, it's dumb. Like, we're crazy low liquid right now.
It's pretty bad. And we're about to have all these great projects minting during a time where it's very bad. I
Right.
mean, and we can kind of start because like where I was kind of going to start too was just the overall market with Silvergate, right? Like
Yeah.
that whole situation, this is like basically another version of FTX, only on a banking scale, not just like some bad crypto thing. And the
Right.
reason why cryptos are suffering from it is because Silvergate had a lot of money in cryptos that they're now not able to fulfill. So, yes, they got bailed out, and they got bailed out right after I made the video too. So, I might have not been as bearish if I knew about the bailout on the video, but regardless, it's still not a good scenario because
Yeah.
we have inflation. We fight inflation with rates. If we have to lower rates to fix potential banks from there being bank runs and bad bond investments, then we can no longer fight inflation. So, on one end, lower rates is good for everybody except for inflation, and higher rates is bad for everybody except for inflation.
Right.
So I don't know. This is like a really weird time. Like anything could happen. We could go up or down off of this news, and I have no idea the direction.
Well, so yeah, so it's really a unique situation where people, banks, did not have enough liquid assets, right, to fund the money that people needed in order for them to withdraw their money. So what happened was people were panicking, right? You know, my wife just had somebody try to pull $700,000 out in a
What bank
day.
does she work at?
Well, I mean, I can't say
Oh,
that, you know.
okay. I didn't know that was a thing. My
That's
bad.
kind of
My
like
bad.
a that's kind of like a
Confidential thing.
breach of
All right.
privacy, I guess you
My
would
bad.
say.
My bad.
Um, so essentially, when you have some one person try to pull out 700,000 because they want to keep it stored underneath their bed and shit at home because they have a distrust for the banking system right now, it can cause real problems, especially if whatever bank you're at has those particular assets tied up into, guess what, USDC or whatever it may be. Go, Ellie. Hold on.
Which now people are getting pretty scared about USDC because it got depegged from the dollar all the way down to 89 cents, which now it's mostly back, but that's not what you want to see. I mean, when you saw Luna get depegged from the US dollar, then it just tanked all the way, and it was horrible. It was this catastrophic event. So we started to see that in USDC, which was, I believe, directly related to Silvergate not being able to pay everything. And I think the real thing is they bought bonds when the rates were really cheap, and now rates went up, so they can no longer afford their bonds that they bought.
Right.
And so they were thinking, well, if we can just continue to hold these bonds until expiration, then we'll get our money, and that's fine. But bonds, depending on which one you buy, are like decades long.
Yeah.
So that's not something you can always just hold.
Yeah. And so essentially it was just like when people freak out, right? Banks have these things where they think, oh, this is the way it is. This is the way it's always going to be. Let's invest over here. Or let's do this over here. Or this is safe. We can always do this or whatever. And then it turns out the market sentiment changes. And then it's like, well, shit, you can't pivot, right? Because the moves that you made 5 years ago aren't valid today.
Right. I'm going to try to find that Fed tool. I believe this is it. Yeah.
I mean, a big thing that's happening now, right? You had a bunch of people over leveraged on places that they were doing for Airbnbs, right? And so now nobody's traveling, nobody's renting Airbnbs. So these people are stuck with these Airbnb properties and it is looking like crap, right? So they still have to make their payments. But if nobody's renting those Airbnbs out, they're not making any money.
Right. And you're right, Dusty. Yeah, it was something like 3.3 billion with SVB, which is why it got depegged to that degree. And what's crazy to me is just a few weeks, like all of my weekly videos have started with, this is the percentage chance for a 0.5 rate hike. And this is a percentage chance of a 0.25 rate hike. There was 0% chance of a pause. There was never a percent chance of a pause. And now it's a 61% chance that we don't raise rates at all.
Yeah.
That's insane. Like the flip-flopping in this market, we literally went from crap, things are getting worse, we have to raise by even more, to, oh my God, things are so bad that we can't raise at all.
Right.
Which is blowing my mind that something so bad can be slightly bullish. We're really in such a weird time right now. It's blowing my mind. I
It's
don't
like
even
the
know what to
80s.
do. I'm just
It's like
like,
the freaking 80s, dude.
yeah,
It was
I
very
didn't live
much
through
like
the
this.
80s,
It
so I'll
was
have
like,
to take your word for it.
yeah, it's just like, man, financially, the 80s were some of the weirdest times economically in American history. And so, but then it was followed by the 90s, right? Which was a very much euphoric, right? Period. Like everybody was making money. Like we were, you saw the rise of middle class and even upper middle class and stuff. And so interested to see how the next 2 to 3 years go and where we're headed, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, we have our shit in crypto, right? So it's like I don't have to worry about a bank. You know what I mean?
Well, see, that's interesting too, is somebody commented on the video and they were like, you see that, they said something like, you see that banks are struggling and you think that's going to be bad for crypto, like question mark or something like that. And if anybody out there, if that's you, like, don't worry, I didn't read it in a bad way. I think it's a very good question. But no, like, or yes, I do think that it's bad for crypto because banks and other big investors are investing into crypto. So if they have to take their money out to pay Paul, then yeah, it's bad for crypto, short term at least. I'm not saying that crypto is bad. I'm not saying that, banks are better than crypto investments. I'm just saying short term, I believe that this definitely could hurt values of crypto.
Well, here's the thing. So I don't think so. A lot of us still have bank accounts, right? All of us have bank accounts, right? That's our primary money. That's our primary function. We aren't at the point, and I don't know when it's going to happen or if it'll ever happen to where crypto becomes the new bank, right? We've kind of seen a transition to like Chime and online banking, right? Like that's the thing, right? So traditional banking isn't necessarily uh, used as much. Like you can go through Chime if you can't get an account at blah blah bank and trust, right? Then you can go on Chime and open up an account right now and get money put in there, you know. But we aren't at the point where crypto is like adopted or even close to being adopted, right? So people are looking at this as their secondary money, right? So if they don't feel safe, if most people don't feel safe at their normal bank and spending that money, what's the likelihood of them being like, okay, well, let's put it in the secondary bank, right?
Right.
That is uh, this coin, right? You know what I'm saying? That I can hold on my ledger. It's kind of like you can't just say, oh, banks are going to fail. We're going to get everything, right? Like it's just like with Cardano. Solana's failing, right? We're going to get all their people.
Yeah. No.
Ethereum's failing. We're going to get all the people. It does not work like that.
You're just
You
going to
have
get
to
people who
realize
give
like
up altogether. People
this
are
is
going to be
very
like, everything sucks,
yeah, this is very secondary, right? You have to understand we're a niche part, very, very niche part of the everyday American consumer or everyday global consumer, right? We're very much secondary, and they have to make sure that their eggs are in all in a different basket, right? But they have to take care of their primary basket first, which is their regular bank income. And if they don't have expendable income, guess what? I ain't invested in crypto. Like I'm just trying to pay bills. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's man, because crypto, like, it fell so hard. Let's see if I can pull up a chart. Like the price
It's
of
like
Bitcoin.
90%. 90% is what
Well,
it dropped.
yeah, but I'm just saying in the last. Let's see if I can find like the month. Like, yeah, all right. I'll bring up this picture. So, because it just shows like nobody really knows what's going on. Like, look, in the last month, we were kind of going a little bit higher. We were kind of getting a little bit more bullish on crypto, maybe a little dip. Like, all this is fine, but dipping all the way down, it hit like 19,000 almost, and then skyrockets way back up. By the way, this is not where it stopped. It hit like 26,000 that
Right.
day, and then it came back down. So that's why it's stopping here. So we broke like a resistance level. Like we haven't been that high. We broke a resistance level just a few days ago, just yesterday.
Right.
And then we're coming back down. But we right here, everybody was thinking, yeah, we're going to go touch these lows again, or at least that's what I was thinking. And then nope, bailout. We're good. Here's 25 billion. Even though we said we were turning off the money printer, psych, turning it back on, which
turn it back on.
They had to, because SVB, it backed 65,000 startup companies in America, which all of those employees would have gotten laid off. And then we would have another bad situation. So this whole situation is really so crazy. Like I can't wait for a few months to just look back at everything.
It's so crazy. It's like regular Americans are going to fit the bill, basically pay for all of this shit.
That's how it always is.
It's like
never been different.
You never see it. You never see it. The behind the scenes crap that happens. It's like, well, how are we going to get this bailout? Oh, you think that some of these banks, the government, JP Morgan Chase, all these people are handing out money for free? No. Yeah. Somebody's going to pay for that.
I don't know how they're going to do it, because somebody said that they're not going to do it through like taxes or something. There's like they're not going to take money from somewhere. Maybe they're going to take it from like the treasury or something. I don't know. But they said they
probably should have taken it. And this is just me. Don't read into this. Instead of funding Ukraine, we should probably take some of that money and reinvest it in our own economy.
I would agree with that too. Dusty says it's supposedly coming from the fees that the banks pay, which I could see that too, because I think it somehow had to go back into other banks. But nobody wanted, because normally what would happen in this scenario is the first thing you do is you look for another bank to help you with those assets. But if the assets those other banks don't believe in, then they're not going to want to take your quote unquote shitty debt, because that's basically what it is.
Because they will for a price, right?
Well, they will if they get a discount.
Right. They will get a discount.
But they can't get a discount, or else there's not enough money to pay everybody back, which is why the Fed decided to print the exact amount of money that's owed. So basically what they're doing is they're giving out these certificates, and they're like, hey, this $40 certificate is worth $100, right? And then they'll give people these certificates, which is essentially the people who have invested over $250,000 in that bank. Everybody who invested under $250,000 will get their money instantly. But 90%, something like that, I'm butchering it slightly, of that money, of those investors, have invested more than $250,000. So they get these things that are like credits, basically. It's like you get this $100 credit, and then you'll go to the Fed, and the Fed will be like, oh, this says $100 on it. Here you go, $100. But what it's really worth is like 40 or whatever it is. Right. So that's essentially what's going on.
That's American money right there.
Scottish? Yeah, for real.
That's American money, baby. Here's $100. It's actually worth 40. $40 worth of goods. It's probably that's pretty close. Yeah, 91%. Yeah.
Yeah. It's wild, man.
It is. It's very wild. But watch this. So this money will flow into NFTs in like 2 weeks.
Probably. I mean, it'll flow everywhere.
Right.
And
so you see this big run, and then, obviously people have this, there's this bull sentiment there for a minute, and that'll flow right into NFTs in like a week or two. And then all of a sudden we'll have a little run and people will start feeling good. And then
shrooms will drop and we'll get Kongs back to 3K,
And then we're going to sell, Nick. We're going to sell.
I don't think we'll see Kongs at 3K, but we might see a few of the really cool, shroom Kongs. Definitely, I think we'll be up there.
For sure. Yeah.
I got me some dip the other day.
Yeah. So I mean, still DCAing in, I just got paid on Monday. So I'm trying to think of where I'm going to put my money. I'm still going to put it in ADA, I guess, even though the plays that I'm making are on different chains, right? So Ethereum and Solana, I'm making a pretty heavy push on Utes. I'm even pushing you in that direction.
I know.
See you in there.
Trying to get me in there.
I mean, every single time, it's like I buy one and I'm like, this is good. This is a good investment, just because what I realized after talking to so many community managers and stuff like that, literally everything you do has to be brand centric. You know, it's like utility is great, right? And somebody, who was it? It was Frank, right? Frank, who's the owner of Utes, right? Who I told you,
Oh, okay.
listen
Yeah.
to some of his spaces, listen to some of his listen to some of his talks or whatever. And he said, like, yo, NFT buyers right now will buy like a handbag with a TV in it, with all these little gadgets and other shit, and claim utility, right? That's what they want, instead of buying the Louis Vuitton, right? You know what I'm saying?
Kind of.
Like, instead of buying the brand, right,
Right.
which is what you should go for, the resale value of that, they'd rather buy like a $20 purse with a bunch of utility attached to it, because hey, it's got a bunch of utility and shit, right? You like
Right.
utility,
Right.
right? Instead of the brand recognition. And that kind
Okay.
of, I clicked a light on it, was like, yes, it is literally all about brand recognition, right?
100%.
And so, you know, NFT, people can talk about utility and other shit like that, and that's fine. But to be honest with you, if you don't have like a brand centric, like, this is who we are, this is what we do, and this is what we represent, like, you don't have anything, right? We've seen plenty of things with utility come out, and everybody's saying like, oh well, why don't people use this, like, right? Why don't people use wild tangs more? I mean, they have a floor sweeping situation that they can sweep basically any floor of any NFT, right, by using their tools. But dude, like, where's their brand at? You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, what is their brand?
I think that's what NFT Seeker kind of struggles with too. You know, I mean, they struggled with a few other things as well. Like, you know, Miguel did leave for a little bit and come back twice, which doesn't have people, you know, very confident. But, you know, I respect him for at least being honest about it. But I really think like a marketing push is what that team needs more than anything, because they're building tools that are very good too. And that's kind of where a lot of projects are taking this. With Brave Dogs, they're building all their tools. They're building their minting machine. They're going to be doing raffles. I actually just had a meeting yesterday with Lovelace Club, and all the things that they're building are really cool too. So I just think people need to really understand that marketing is so important. It might be the most important thing for NFTs and for business in general. But a lot of
100%.
us struggle with it because I think a lot of people also there's a few mindsets, and some people's mindset is that if I develop the best thing in the world, then people will find me and it'll just be great. But that's not the truth. You can
No.
have the best product in the world and have nobody know about it and be unsuccessful.
Right.
So I think that's where a lot of people just kind of fall off. He said, I feel this with NFT Seeker. Yeah. And Bad Fox doing tools as well. Bad Fox is, I think, a sleeper, bro. People are not necessarily sleeping on Ben. I think everybody knows how great Ben is, but the project to me just seems super undervalued. Let me go check
Right.
it out. Let me go look at
Right.
Bad Fox.
Hello.
See, 67 for these. I believe you
Right.
can still combine these to make the keys, though, correct?
Correct.
So we can go look at the keys. Let's see what those are worth. For the Bad Fox keys. Add key. I forget what it's called. I know I'm holding one.
I know I got mine.
Let me see if I can go find mine. I've been selling a lot of things too recently.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to be as liquid as possible right now, just so I can kind of, you know, float around. I feel like
Wait, the
minting and flipping
keys
is.
burn ended now.
Oh,
Wait, did we miss that?
I mean, I didn't miss it because I didn't have any more to burn, and we burned the ones that I did own on stream.
Right. Same with mine.
Right. Yeah, he gave us some to do a demo burn.
Yes.
I'm trying to see, where's my key?
Whew. I thought I missed something. I was like, God, this better stop. There's your PPG DGen club, dude.
No, see, I'm not selling those.
Yeah.
I wish I could get rid of these retro heads.
Bad Fox Motorcycle Club, bad key.
Here we go. 220. So like these are doing pretty well. They're holding up very well. 1,860 of them, which means quite a lot were burnt. Wish I bought a key under 200 ADA. Yeah.
There you go.
But I mean, see, that's another one. Like Ben is just a single man, so I think it's a little bit harder to do like a marketing push for somebody who's kind of all alone. But like you know, he still tweets, he still hangs out with pretty much everybody, and he also still develops, and he develops things for the community that he just makes open source for everybody. And I think that's incredible. So he's got a lot of brownie points in the space for sure.
Right. And he's very active on Twitter Spaces and stuff. That's one thing I
Yeah.
have noticed in a lot of these bigger projects, right? The projects that are like considered like AAA, let's say AAA projects, right? They're not as prevalent on Discord. It is still very much Twitter, right? And getting clout through Twitter and stuff like that. And one thing I did notice, and I did decide to do this, like I bought Twitter Blue, right?
I noticed that. I saw that tweet, and you were like,
Right.
"Am I popular now?"
Yes. So the reason why I did this is because one thing that I've been kind of researching is like looking at people's tweets. And if you have like Twitter Blue, right, your comment is generally accelerated to the top, number one. And then number two, these normies that are just on Twitter see that blue check mark and they can't distinguish like who's popular and who's just paying for this shit, right? So they'll automatically like engage with you because they think you're somebody, right? Which is the name of the game, right? Like it's about the engagement. Like if you can get your likes up, if you can get like your conversations flowing and other things like that, that's what it's all about. And so I decided to do that just because I want to speak to some of these normies on regular things and seem like, oh shit, he's getting a following, he's getting like blah blah blah, and then dump info, right? Dump knowledge, dump engagement, like whatever it is, right? And then all of a sudden you build a following, and then next thing you know, you're like a cool kid, I guess you would say, even though I'd be like a cool man, old man boy.
Is it kind of like fake it till you make it?
Kind of, almost,
A little bit.
but people haven't figured it out yet,
Yeah. Actually, Unfazed just went live, I think 35 minutes ago.
What did?
Unfazed. They were the project with Dean K as the ambassador and Yowie as the other ambassador.
Oh wow.
Let me go check out.
Well, Yowie holds like Bored Apes, right? Like mutants and shit.
Not sure actually. I figured Yowie was a big dude, but I actually didn't know anything about him. Let me go look at Unfazed. See how they're doing. 99 floor. Okay, this is a drastic drop off. Must have not been too many minted, I'd say. Search 69 NFTs. Let me see their policy ID. Let's go check out. See how they're doing. So 70 total minted, and it started 35 minutes ago. It's not the greatest. That's a really rough sign, to be honest. It's a 7-minute overlap between mints.
Well, it's I would not do it. That's just me.
Right now, with volume where it's at, no, you can't, right? No. It's so hard. If you're doing it purely for investing, then I would say you just shouldn't, right? But in all honesty, you shouldn't for a lot of these projects. Like even Codas, in my opinion, is going to be a little tough. That's a 10K mint with this small volume. And it's at what, 100 and something USD?
Sell out. Codas will sell out because this is the reason why, is because they've whitelisted people from Solana and they've also whitelisted people from ETH.
Okay.
They've also whitelisted a bunch of girls in the space from what I heard. And these the guys in the space were like, was it just me, or are they just giving all the whitelists to the girls? Is that what's going on right now?
I know that their big push for this collection was to bring more people into the space, or at least that's like what they've been telling everybody. And I think like pushing it to women and pushing it to ETH and Solana, those are the people who are the minority in our group, right? In Cardano's group. So I think that's kind of why they did it, to try to, really branch out as much as they could. So I like that. What I didn't really like was that a lot, like 6,000 plus, are going to be for a public mint. And I'm just worried that bots will get a hold of it and they'll just dump.
If it's available, right?
I'm pretty sure 6,000 plus are available for public. Let me go look. Let me double check so I'm not just talking on my ass here. Especially against Ape Society, I know I'll get attacked in like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
but
You
I
don't say nothing about
believe
wrong about an ape society. All right.
I apologize. Yeah, 10K, 9. Where was the little allocation? Maybe it was on Twitter that I saw it.
I thought it was only 3K.
There will be 6.5K plus mints available for public. So if you did not get a whitelist, do not give up.
I'm gonna give up.
So yeah, that is majority for public. That
I'm
makes
gonna
me.
give up just
Oh wait,
because I
I'm not
don't
showing everybody.
understand
My
what
bad.
it is. So the big thing is like, okay, number one, the only thing I would feel the need to hold is like the original apes and a cabin with a frame, right? That's the main thing. That's what you want to own. I don't understand how this works.
I'm not sure either. I think what they did was they were like, hey, we're gonna do this mint, and then we're like, all right, give us a few days, and then we'll release more of the information. And then they released a little bit of information at a time. So I don't know if they released all of the information or if they're gonna release more, or if I'm just, I'm not kept up enough with what
What's
they're
up, Grimmy?
doing. What's up, Grimmy? And then Scottish saying, glad I stayed away. I mean, look, I still think that you can make money off of codas. I still think it's going to be a pretty decent mint. I'm just saying it is a lot of ADA. It is a lot of a supply.
Oh, he was talking about unfazed.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Nobody's saying stay away from codas. Like,
Okay.
I'm staying away from codas because I don't understand what it is.
I just don't have a whitelist. That's the only reason I'm not minting. I still would have minted it. I think 10K during this time is super questionable, but it's the best project on Cardano, so it's gonna
what is it?
It's gonna take the ADA. You know what I mean?
What is it? Does it get you into the Ape Society, the club, or like what? What does it do?
Bring this over here because I just wish that there was like a tab in here, and maybe there is.
Right, it's
a tab for
codas, FAQ.
Right, like that would be great. I see a FAQ in general.
No, like you don't have to own an ape to get in. They do crafting and stuff. You can steal other people's whatnots. Go to Ape Society Twitter.
Okay.
And see what it is.
Yeah, they might have it on over there. Twitter.
I don't see why they wouldn't have it in their.
And then go to.
In their Discord.
Ape Society. The Ape Society DAO.
Well, I will say this, Scottish, like 100% as of right now, Ape Society is the blue chip on Cardano, period, end of story.
Right.
Nobody can even begin to say anything different, right? I don't think. Coda's the summary.
Oh, here it is.
Right there.
Boom. Perfect. Stamps are upgradable assets of each passport. Each stamp will provide you with a few landmark benefits. Every landmark will have a stamp equivalent to itself, meaning the more that you interact with a landmark, the more you can upgrade the stamp.
I don't know what that means.
What are the stamps? Are those?
Yeah, dumb this shit down for me. Like, I don't understand why people in crypto decide they want to speak in this stupid language that nobody understands.
So maybe
what the hell's a goddamn stamp?
Maybe on each passport there will be stamps, I'm assuming. So maybe the stamps are the metadata, and then each stamp or each metadata basically stamp will. That's why people are risking. Yeah, I was hoping that was a comment about stamps. But I don't know. I'm assuming stamps are going to be metadata, and each passport has a random stamp. Okay. That's what I'm going with for now. Maybe the rest of this will explain. All citizens will be able to upgrade their stamps until the highest tier. So
I don't know what that means.
Wait, so you can upgrade them? Do you upgrade them with society?
Maybe.
However, there are a few things you need to keep an eye on. If you decide to sell a passport, the stamps will be taken over to the next owner, but each stamp will also go back to ground tier. So when you sell, you lose your stamp, and it goes all the way back down to the first tier.
Okay.
After purchasing...
So people buying, you don't get all the clout, right? You're starting fresh on your own.
If you buy off secondary, I believe.
Yeah, when you buy from secondary, yes.
That's what it looks like. After purchasing a Coda's NFT on the secondary market or sending it to another wallet, all stamps will be moved with the passport to their new owner, but they must re-upgrade all stamps to be able to receive their benefits. So even if you send it to another wallet of yours, so make sure it's in the wallet that you really enjoy before going ahead and doing that. Yo, what's up, Proxies? I just noticed you were in here.
Hey,
What's
it's
up, homie?
proxies.
What's up? I was actually just talking to the blind girl the other day, and she said that she was a part of you guys now, so that's awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah. And then we also have Tink in here.
Hey, it's Tink.
What's going on?
What up?
So yeah, so then we have, so we know about the stamps now. Premium passports. Of the 10,000 passports available to mint, 500, which is 5%, will be premium. Premium passports will be the key to giving you maximum stamp experience automatically.
Tell us a stamp. Go ahead.
Giving you maximum stamp experience automatic. Oh, so I'm assuming they will be the most upgraded stamp instantly when you have a premium passport.
Okay.
If I had to guess. Just working. Nice.
Working's terrible.
Yeah, but if your job's chill enough to be able to watch a stream while working, it can't be too bad, right?
That's true. I mean, I'll take it.
Yeah, it can't be too bad. Customization. Every passport purchased on the secondary market will contain the identity of the previous owner's NFT within itself. Therefore, the information must be changed. All changes applied to the passport will cost a symbolic fee in society. Okay, so that's gonna, so every time you buy a new NFT as well, then you must change the owner's name to your name using society, is what I got out of that.
Okay.
Okay. What if you don't? I'm not sure. Keeping your passport.
You're a fool. You're an absolute fool.
Right.
Keeping somebody else's stuff on there.
Keeping your passport in your wallet will allow you to not lose stamp experience after each customization change. So I can wait. Every purchase. Wait. This. But if
everybody's lost on stamps. Scottish King has no idea what's going on right now.
But
it's like we're in a different reality. So what's happening is, think of it like a passport, I guess, and it's a way for you to show off your NFTs, right? So on each page, you can put whatever NFTs you want on there. And I don't know if there's going to be staking or whatever, but it's a way to show off your NFT, I think. I mean,
I'm just looking at the customization part. Every passport purchased on secondary will contain the identity of the previous owner. Therefore, it must be changed, it says. Not that it can be changed, so it must be changed.
Yes.
But it says keeping your passport in the same wallet, won't lose your stamps if you've customized it. So you can customize it when you don't have to customize it, but you also do have to customize it if it was a secondary sale?
Right. Correct.
Okay.
You got ill-gotten gains, bro.
Okay. And last but surely not least, we will open registrations for identity customization after post mint sometime. Okay, so I think I mostly understand.
So what do these look like? Anybody know? Does anybody freaking know what these look like?
Yeah, do we have a sneak
wait,
peek?
there's the price up there. Let's go to the price. I think it's 99 USD.
Right.
Which is how much?
It's like, I don't know when the snapshot was taken, but we can say roughly 300 plus ADA, so maybe like 330, 340 cool. In that range, I would say.
I hope after they're done, they put it immediately into some stable coin, and that's it. That way it doesn't tank too hard, you know what I mean? Or like whatever.
It's a lot of ADA, that's
a lot of freaking ADA, guys.
3.3 million ADA if it's $99.
That's a lot of ADA. That's a lot of ADA for some shit I don't even know about. Not that I disagree with what Ape Society is doing. Again, they're blue chip. Like, you have to have money, right? If you want to be successful, you have to have money. You can't just mint shit for cheap, not do anything with the ADA, like immediately. Like after they get this ADA, they need to pull that shit from the market and put it into a stable or cash it out and do something with it, and it's like that's so much money, right? That's so much money, but I understand they're trying to do stuff.
I was gonna say, if they do the right things with it, then it's amazing. Like, it could even help the entire space, which is what Greed Malcoin's kind of like tweet was. That, you know, I mean, he has a bunch of them, right? And he's known as being, you know, the guy that says things that people don't want to hear. But he said something like, you know, will Ape Society make things worse or save the space? That was like his question, which is obviously meant to get a rise out of people, right?
Right.
But you know, I do think that there's arguments for both sides. It is a very large mint. There's a lot of money. And I think 50-50, right? If they use the money for great things, then yes, it's going to save the space. If they use the money for bad things or for things that people don't care about, but they thought was a good idea, then yeah, it's going to hurt the space. So we really
I
have to
don't
see
know.
what happens after.
Like my thing is that, if you do, like, look at what Scottish King said, like with alley cats and stuff like that. I have no idea what they're doing, right? And
Yeah,
I'm not a negative person, but my negative self right now does not have a whole lot of faith on anything in Cardano right now. You know what I mean? Just
I know what you
because
mean.
we
It's
don't know we
it's a
don't
rough
know what they're
time. Like,
doing.
it's a rough time. There's constantly bad news, not even from Cardano, just from market. And
Yeah.
you know, it's going to be very hard for anybody to be bullish in a time where things are rough and there's news that constantly makes sense as to why it's rough.
Right.
But I'll also say that's a lot of the times the best buying opportunity. But I'm not telling anybody to buy because I'm also nervous. But it doesn't mean that it actually is this bad. This could really be just another great buying opportunity. We don't know. I mean, NFTs took a giant dip. I mean, not a giant dip, but one of the biggest dips we've really seen all around. You know, like we've had Dead Pixels dip, we've had, you know, Kong's dip and all sorts of things, Space Buds, right? But we haven't seen the entire market really dip like this. Like, you know, Clays went down, Apes went down, Buds went down, Kongs went down, everything. Literally
So
everything.
hold on. Ormond Ford. I
Ormond Ford.
believe the Ape Society is always a few steps ahead. I can agree. They will deliver with codas. Okay. What the hell am I supposed to do with a coda? Ormond Ford, the spotlight is 100% on you. I hold this coda in my stinking wallet, right? Which I'm going to get one. But what do I do with it? Okay. What do I do?
And maybe
Ormond
they
Ford,
explained it in a Twitter space or something, and people are just mad annoyed. But you know, I personally don't know. I missed that space. I didn't see it in the thread right here, but
right?
hopefully, you know, something. You know, I mean, look, they explained the first part, right? They explained stamps. They explained upgrading with society. They explained or customization with society. I'm assuming upgrading will be with society as well, but it doesn't say. But then it doesn't really say like once you do upgrade, what are we doing with them then? What are they going to be used for then?
All right. What are they going to look like?
Like what's kind of the end goal
Yeah.
for
What are we
these
doing with these
passports?
things?
That's all I kind of want to know.
Right. What
And
does it look
Dusty
like?
says, "AI Nick, are we
Yeah.
doomed or good?"
I
Look,
think we're
man,
good. We're
every
good
time I
eventually.
every time I think we're doomed, we go and we do great things, and I'm just left looking like an idiot. And every time I think we're good, we start falling a little bit, and I'm like, man, I should have taken some profits. So don't listen to me. Oh yeah, yeah. You need to get on the Discord to check out AI Nick. So there was this joke about AI art and me expanding the project, which is put on pause for now. But in AI art, you know, Voodoo, one of my mods, a homie, shout outs to Voodoo. He typed in like ocean or theme or whatever into like Chat GPT or something like that, and he printed out basically an AI version of me, and it's this really cringy looking photo of like this ripped like Poseidon looking dude.
So Tink is still bullish on Fort Gotten. I like Fort Gotten. The only problem that I have, I think, is that much like with the Kraken, right? Order of the Kraken and stuff, it takes what?
Oregon. Am I spelling it
What?
wrong?
Just try Fort.
Oh, it's a
There we go.
space.
It's 2 words. It takes dude, it takes a lot of time, right? There's a lot of lore behind it. It's cool shit. Like they've actually, you know, they dude, what is the place where you can trade?
JPEG?
No,
Or
not
oh,
JPEG.
you're talking about tent, right?
Yeah, Trading Tent.
Trading tent.
That's what they made. Those guys made Trading Tent.
So wait, Forgotten made trading tent?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Damn.
so to me, that's awesome. I mean, I feel like it should be celebrated, right? Because that was like a crazy cool thing, right? It did involve like it's one way to get around royalty. Wait, they still pay royalties out, I think.
I believe so too. Yeah.
Yes.
Because I
So that's
remember
good.
we've had this conversation before.
Yes. And so yeah, the first 200 kids. These things are like the grail of what Forgotten fans want, as
How
far
often
as
are
I
they
know.
sold?
Yeah.
It hasn't been sold in a while, but
6 days. I mean, shit.
yeah.
It's not bad.
I guess there's only 200. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Makes
that thing
sense.
came out in 2021. That was like damn near 2 years ago.
Yeah. It's really crazy to think too. Like I think I was looking back at the months, and I was like, I started this pre-October. Like, wait, has it? I don't know how long I've been here. Like over a year though, right?
Yeah.
Wait, because I minted in March, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, so I've been here like a year and a half almost. That blows my mind too, because it doesn't feel like it. Like it feels like it's only been like a year, if that. And which is kind of funny because the space always says that it feels like it takes forever, but at the same time, it kind of flies by too. Orman says they said something about it in a space, but kept the most things for themselves. We have to trust them on this one. But the apes and cabins and the city have some great utility. Uh, we have to trust them.
Okay. Trust me, bro. I get it. I've done that plenty of times in crypto so far. Um, check
Wait,
this tweet.
Fadi says, "Here you go, noobs. Check this tweet." All right, you
Right,
got the
but
tweet.
okay.
Where
So are
is
you
it?
saying with the passport, I have to own a cabin?
They said something about in space we have to try, but the apes and cabins and the city had some great utility. I mean, the cabins make a lot of sense to me. You're going to be able to make a percentage of whatever is in that district, but if your district doesn't have anything, then I'm not sure what that cabin holder receives, other than like the staking potential. And same with the apes. The apes are mainly for like staking with the cabins, but I don't think apes have any utility like outside of the cabins, though. Correct? I mean, they also have the, if they're craftsmen, then they can build, and then if you're military, then you can steal. Like they have that built in as well. They always keep people in the dark because they're afraid other projects will instantly copy their utility. Okay, I understand like that concept a little bit. I'm not sure if I'm like 100% sold on that, but
I don't think everybody. Here's the thing: like what they're doing is unique. Yeah, I think Codas will 100% sell out
yeah, I think so too.
based
I don't think
on what
that's
they did in
really
marketing.
questionable. I just think how will the secondary market be affected is kind of what I'm wondering.
Well, I mean, it's $99, right? So that's
Right.
300 and something ADA.
Right.
So, I mean, the floor is going to be at least 300
For how long? Right? Like do you think
for a very long time.
it'll
Because,
always be?
well, people don't have an incentive to sell per se underneath floor because it's like once or buy, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, well,
But I'm trying to what I'm
once
saying is 6.5 thousand are for public and we don't know if bots are going to get those. You don't I think I'm worried that there's going to be a big dump. I mean, maybe they have enough money to just keep buying, and all the homies are just like, yeah, I'm just gonna scoop up whoever. If you bought it and you want to dump, then I'll buy your dumpage. Like maybe people are cool with that. I don't know. Maybe they have a way around botting. Maybe there won't be any botted. I'm not sure. That's a
yeah,
lot
I
for
don't know.
public. It's a lot. Um, they once said every district will have some utility. Not sure if I understood that correctly.
That's
Okay.
correct. They will.
And I appreciate you for being here too, Orman, and helping us out and giving us all that info.
Yeah. So
But
every district in their cabin, right? District 31, 32, 30, whatever it may be, right? All has utility and they release it over time. I don't think anybody is copying the Ape Society's utilities because, frankly, like that would be weird. Number one, and number two, I don't think it's duplicate. I don't think you can duplicate it, right? In the
I mean,
same at the same scale that they did. I don't think you can duplicate it. People will instantly call that shit out, right?
yeah, I just think you won't know, right? Like, let's say Ape Society does have this revolutionary thing and they talk about it, and then somebody else comes out with it like a month before they do. Then they could just be like, we had this idea forever. And then technically Ape Society would be the second person to do said thing. And it could be this argument. They don't really want to get into it. But I also think if you come out and you're like, yeah, in 1 month, we will have this utility and this is how it's going to work, then it would be very hard for a project to come and like rush that utility in the time that Ape Society has already been preparing it. So that's the only reason why I'm like not 100% sure if that's the greatest option. But, you know, I do understand it.
Unfazed pause mint.
Yeah.
Oof.
Unfazed, just pause mint and are refunding. Oh man. Oh man. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said in the video too, I really think this is going to be a wake-up call for a lot of people. Not just investors, but project owners as well. I really, really think a lot of project owners should be understanding that maybe this isn't the best time for them to be doing their mint. And not that you're a bad project, not that any of that, not that this project's better or that project's better, but just there's a lot happening right now with such little money.
Right.
And we just need to be careful. Remember, the community of apes also create stuff for their district. For example, Dork East created something special. That's true too.
They created it was like an offshoot of their art, right? Like they added things onto the art. And it was like a special edit for people in the Dork.
Is it an NFT?
No, it's not an NFT. It's just
Okay.
something diamond doorknob. Holy shit, what is that?
Diamond doorknob. I don't know. It's a prestigious doorknob NFT exclusive, only 49.
Hey, see you guys.
Gotta go. All right, homie. Have a good one. The Dork Eek magazine.
Dork East magazine, yeah. So they also did like edits and stuff like that. And as far as I know, like what did they do? They did the family crests and stuff like that.
Yep.
For Ape Society. There's a bunch of different stuff that they did.
So like the one thing that kind of worries me a little bit too is, you know, all the good projects can make mint after mint and they do very well, but even Clay Nation, you know, after their lands, you know, they haven't minted anything since then, and the lands aren't doing very well, the pitches.
Right.
And that was like, I mean, I don't even know how many things they have. They got 10K of the good Charlottes. They got 10K of their OG clays. They have like 12K of each pitch. They have all their other things. And it's really starting, I think, to put like a drain on liquidity for their project overall. Like if they didn't have that many pitches, maybe OGs would be worth more. If they had less good Charlottes, maybe OGs would be worth more. Maybe good Charlottes would be worth more. And that's like another thing that kind of worried me is like during this time, Ape Society wants another 10K drop. But I do know why. Like, again, they said it was to expand the amount of people that they have in their project. So like that, it does make sense. But yeah, it's just during this time for that price and that amount, I'm just not sure if maybe the apes and the cabins will continue to drop while people pour some money into the codas.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, you know, I feel a certain way about Clay Nation. Like, I think they're solid. They're fine. Like, people like clays. I totally understand it. Like, you're a clay holder. I was a clay holder like a bunch of different times. So
are you no longer a clay holder?
Do what?
Are you no longer a clay holder?
No, I got out.
Okay.
Just because it's like I'm not in the metaverse sort of stuff, and it seems like that's the play or whatever. Because I don't know what's coming down the road. Like, what's coming down the road?
Yeah, no, I'm not sure. I know they had their marketplace. They came out,
right?
You know,
but it's not JPEG, right? Or it's not like a competitor.
No, nothing like that. Fadi laughing at me. No, you're right. I don't know too much about apes. Every time I try to get in, it's either like way too expensive or it's just been a while. So Yeah, no, you're 100% right.
Hey, bros. What's up, J-Hub?
What's
What's
up,
up,
J-Hub?
OG? But yeah, we're just talking about society. Codas will mint out. I would look on secondary. You know what I'm saying? Just because I feel like it's a see, and J-Hub got whitelist for Codas. What a
Oh, what
little
a homie.
lucky ducky. We're supposed I don't know if I'm minting, but I'll look at secondary. I think secondary people are just like me, very confused on what the hell this is. And I feel like somebody's gonna
Not know
paper
that they
handle me
have
or
something
something.
nice.
You know
Find
what?
like a diamond on floor or something.
Right, some dumb shit. Right? They're just like, oh, I'm dumping it.
I
You
mean,
know,
that's the
or
best time to go hunting, mint day or like the
eh,
day after.
hype is still there. I would probably say 2 days later, right? A day or two later.
Well, as far as like trying to snipe for cheap, like the really good ones, right? I'd say like day 1 and day 2, because and if you get your mint like super quick too, then definitely mint day. I think those days that it's like, oh, like I sent my money, where's my NFT, and it takes like 2 hours for whatever given reason,
Right.
then you'll probably have to wait the second day after people like give up, go to sleep, and wake up to their NFTs.
Yeah, 6.5K for public mint. I don't think I'm ever gonna get a rare passport.
The
Like
5% chance out of 10K, I mean, it's not a horrible odd, but definitely not in your favor. Think they're saving like 6K. Yeah, it's 6.5 thousand for public, which
right.
is the other thing that has me a little nervous. And this year, or Dahasar, the supply is so big, I think they will definitely go below mint price. That's definitely a hot take. I mean, I'm not against that take. I've been thinking that it won't necessarily go below mint. It could, but more so that the apes and the cabins will drop in value as people pour more money into the codas. That's kind of my theory behind it. And I'm not
Mint is
sure.
$99. Dude, that's so crazy. Mint is $99, right?
And we haven't even talked about gophers. We have goofy gophers minting.
Okay.
And let's see. I need to find out exactly when again. I was just in there. Let's see. Go over here. They say, on the 18th. So yeah, in 3 days, they're going to be minting. And what is their mint price again? I want to say it was 185 for the Gophers.
I mean, I'm hoping Codas drops. I mean, it'd be a nice little entry point or whatever into the ape society, I guess.
Sorry,
There,
just
there
checking
were a
mint
couple big
price.
sales as well. Like one for 175 and then another one for 100,000.
Let's see. Why can't I find the mint price?
Yeah, so the Goofy Gophers, they mine Bitcoin, is that correct?
Yeah, they mine Bitcoin, Litecoin, something that starts with a K that I haven't heard of, and then
Kava?
let me see.
Clave or
Let me see. Let me just get the whole Discord up so everybody can see what I'm looking at. Boom, 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 boom. Entire screen of screen 2. That works.
Kadena?
I thought it was like Katana or something. It's KDA, whatever KDA is. Cadena. That's it.
Kadena.
Said my question with Goofy Gophers is wrong with
It
that
is
reflect for those in the US on their taxes.
so they're saying like so if they're mining Bitcoin, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you receive some of that, will that reflect on the tax situation? I don't think they're gonna. Here's the thing: I don't think they're gonna mine enough to where it's like gonna hurt you. You know what I mean?
Well, it's possible because they're going to be taking the money from 7,000. Like, see if I can find it. Yeah, 7,888. I believe it's 185 the mint price, but I can't find it. I went through all the
185 ADA.
Yeah. I'm almost positive. I was just looking at it the other day. Where is it's not FAQ. Maybe it's in mine paper. Oh, this got updated yesterday. You can go check that out.
Thoughts on Block Owl's Jabby Z mint? Date still to be announced, but US 100 USD mint price.
Let me just find this.
Block
But yeah, these are
Owls.
so they're minting. Oh, they just added this. They're minting Nervos and Dash.
Okay.
I've never heard of these, but they just added these into their light paper. This definitely was not here before. So they're minting Dogecoin, Litecoin, Cadena, Bitcoin, Dash, and Nervos.
You can get a crap ton of Doge.
Yeah.
Mining Doge, it's like 10,000 Doge per minute, I think. It's kind of crazy amount.
Man, I could have sworn the price was on there. Huh. Well,
Yeah,
I'm gonna say 185. I'm like 90% sure.
Yeah, it's 185.
Okay.
Block Owls, the problem with Block Owls, and this is just me, again, their marketing strategy, they have amazing art, right? Like some of the great 3D assets, right? But the thing is like, it's just that. It's like, well, it's just an art in a box and stuff like that, which people can appreciate. Like I find the value in that, but it's like, again, you have to like look at it as like, well, what are they going to release? Like, how are they marketing it, right? Or else they're just selling art over and over and over and over again, right? And people are buying it, but it
Yeah.
never really moons, right? They had one big run up back in the day. Cardano Kids is doing another
Oh
season.
my dude, I'm
Oh,
so
boy.
angry. Like I can't get over that last mint. I am
We triggered him. We triggered him.
dude, it was my first ever actual mint, and then they got bought by Pavia, and I was so happy. I was like, cool, Pavia can like actually, do stuff for them. And then they make this 10K collection and they drop it on us with like no warning, no marketing. It does horrible. And then they blame the community for the reason why it failed. They're like, oh, I guess we shouldn't have tried to change our art style, or we shouldn't have tried to do this. Like that's whatever. I don't know, man. It just seemed like they weren't willing to be like, yeah, we made a mistake. We should have done something different. We should have done this. We should have done that. But instead they were just like, I don't even remember the exact words. I'm going to butcher
the problem.
it. Yeah, basically. They basically said like the community's the problem or something like that. I was so not happy with that response at all.
Block Owls had a good run up. I mean, they have some of the best art in the space, but like that's what it is. It's just art. And frankly, like
that's it for Orman Ford signing out, still listening, of course. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for the info. It's just art. So the thing is like I want something more than just art, if that makes any sense. I'm not talking about utility. Again, it's about what brand are you building, right? And so if it's just one based off art, like there's 10,000 of those. Like, what are you going to do with it, right? Like I thought Raggy Run was great. They did something with them, and that was cool. I thought that was a start of something cool. Like, okay, well, maybe we can have these owls. And I think they're supposed to be doing like an animated series or something. And I know that takes a lot of time, but
oh wow,
yeah, I
so
don't know what's next for them. So yeah.
Wow, these were in the hundreds. They were like 120, 150, I want to say at one point. Crypto Raggies are way down.
Yeah, which they had a pretty good Goofy Gophers.
Goofy Gophers 130 USD?
Not happening.
That's insane.
Not happening for me.
130 USD.
130 US. Hey, if you're 130 USD, you ain't for me. You know what I mean? On some weird thing. Just about mining. It's passive income, right?
How much is that? Calculator, help me out here. So 130 times, let's go, what's the price of Cardano right now?
Don't bring it up. It's going to be depressing.
Oh, I'm not going to bring it up. It's 32 cents. You're telling me Bitcoin had such a huge rally and Cardano didn't even bump up? Like,
well, no, because Bitcoin's the secondary, dude. Like, it's just not.
That's just wild.
It doesn't work like that.
Okay, so we'll multiply this by Wait. Yeah, we do multiply by what? 3.3? No, it's 3.2. It's going to be 416 ADA per. That is so much. That is so much for a 7,888 collection. And I get it. Like, you want as many miners as you can get, because their strategy is to mint out, immediately buy miners, start mining, sell some of that to immediately buy more miners, to then keep mining, and then eventually give it back to the people. Like, that's their goal. And I do agree with that, because I think the more miners that you have, the more that you can give back to everybody. And I think that's great. But if we do continue to trend into a slightly more bear market, or if we just even go sideways for a year or two, then not a whole lot of money is going to be coming in. But if we do go into a bull market where all of this crypto does become worth more, then potentially you could be making a whole lot of money.
They're waiting for the halvening, bro. It's all we're waiting for the halvening.
Was it Greed who said this too? I know he's full of hot takes, and there's plenty of other people that do it, but Greed's just always on my radar. Somebody was saying they think that the Bitcoin halvening isn't going to be a bullish time for crypto.
No, not until like 6 months after. So if it happens in May, that means the following fall. So we're talking about next May and then the following fall.
So you don't think before the halvening we're going to get a run up?
No.
And you don't think after it happens it's not going to have an immediate run up? It's going to take a little while.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay.
100%.
I didn't pay attention to the last halvening. Like, I wasn't actually huge into crypto when that happened. I wasn't like watching it like that.
So yeah, it'll spark some interest around 6 months after, right? And then the following spring is what I'm thinking. So not this year, not next year, but the following year. So we're looking at 2025. The spring of 2025. But yeah. Nick, you look like it's so far. It's really not.
It's so far.
You think it's so far. It's really not. We have been in a bear market since August of 2021.
Yeah.
It's now it's now March, mid-March of 2023, right? So we're coming
up about a year and a half.
The 2-year anniversary. It's just we're halfway through it right now. We're going to be fine.
Halfway through.
We're halfway through.
And
the thing is like
it's not too bad, but it does feel like forever.
It does feel like forever, but there's so much that's going to happen between now and then. Like, there's so much, like, you can make a bag between now and then. You know what I'm saying? You can.
Yeah.
You just have to be smart, right? And that's the hardest thing. Like, that's the $1 million question is like, how do we get into smart money, right? It's probably not in crypto raggies. No offense. I do like them a lot. I think their game's cool as shit. They actually have something going, right? But people aren't going to invest into it, right?
Do you even think it's in NFTs at all?
I think NFTs have some plays. I mean, there's still volatility there, right? You can still have a major swing in NFTs, but you have to be smart with it, right? That's why I got into Utes and a kid called Beast. A kid called Beast has a major announcement here by the end of this month, and not to do whatever, they had to sign an NDA and stuff. I think it might be the fact that they are going to launch on the Amazon NFT marketplace.
I mean, that would be very big. Yeah.
That could be very big. And so then at that point, do you think I'm going to hold it? Do you think I'm going to sell it?
I think you should sell it.
I would sell it.
Yeah.
100% I would sell it.
Yeah. And I think, it sounds like the beginning of something absolutely amazing, right? It sounds like the beginning of the best time for this NFT project ever. It's about to be on the Amazon, whatever, the NFT market. So every time I feel like this project is about to go, amazing, just about to go to the moon, it goes up like a decent bit to where I'm like very happy, and then I don't sell it and it goes down.
Don't do it. Don't ever hesitate.
Right. And it's just like with like when on the way down, at the same time, on the way down, I'm like, it's going to go so much lower. I am so screwed. And then next day, next 2 days, whatever, boom, bounce.
I mean, I told you what you should do. Like, chat, this is what I told him to do. I said, sell Sell keep your one clay. Smartest move you can do. Sell whatever shit you have, right? Are you going to play in the metaverse? Probably not, Nick. Let's be real.
Not anytime soon because there's not a metaverse ready.
Right. So just sell your shit, right? There's always going to be another entry point. That's one thing I've learned. Like I sold A Kid Called Beast, right? Made a bag to 2.5 ETH on one, right? Which was like 6K. Listen to Clean. He told me to sell it. D bags at 130. Sell your shit, bro. So there's always another entry point if you really like it. And so you know, I sold I sold I sold A Kid Called Beast for $6,000 each. You think I care? No. Why?
No.
Because I came back in. I got more utes. I came back in. I still could afford one when the market dipped on A Kid Called Beast, right? And it was down to like 1.2 ETH. And then I just bought one of the floors.
Yeah.
And boom, I'm still in the group. I still get alpha. I still get all of the benefits. But don't ever hesitate to sell, because like the difference between that 1.2 and that 2.2 or 2.6 or whatever is $4,000.
Yeah.
And what I can do with that $4,000 on each NFT is completely different.
See, that's
And
the thing that
so
I've been thinking about too, is like, you
sell
know,
your shit, dude. Sell your shit, buy into something, right? Wait for the pump, right? Like I bought a floor, A Kid Called Beast, right? For like 1.28,
yeah,
1.23, something like that, right? And now I get to hold it until the run up, right? On the big announcement and big announcements, this, that, and the other. Sell, buy more utes, buy a D God maybe, and then next thing you know, that they're going to have an announcement. They have the merge, right? So I told you, sell your fucking clays, sell whatever you got, right?
but hold up though. So this is what's always like tripped me up is like, you know, Ethereum has got, you know, the best Ethereum NFT that's doing incredible. You know, Solana's got like the best Solana's NFTs that are doing very damn well, right? But like Cardano only has like Ape Society doing like decently well, you know?
Right.
And then everything else is kind of like stuck or not moving very much. And I feel like I'm personally looking for the Cardano version of the best NFT. And so it's hard for me to want to go to another chain without having figured it out on Cardano. But I'm kind of in a stuck spot because I feel like it's just not really happening here
You
at the
can't do
moment.
it. You can't do it right now. And the reason why you can't do it right now is because we don't have the volume. That's why it's tough for you right now. You have to, dude, you have to get out of it and experience the other side where there is a lot of volume.
I understand that, but eventually it will be here.
Eventually everything
right?
dries up.
Well, I mean, that's a good concern too. And
Right.
and Dahasar, yeah, Clay. Like trust me, Clay is my largest holding, and I do believe in Clay. But it is scary that even when they have big announcements that come out, their price doesn't move. And then,
No.
you know, like 2 weeks later, even after a big announcement, their pitches drop to like ridiculous levels. So it makes me nervous that where I started isn't turning into the other things that I kind of like dreamed that they would. Like I dreamed there would be kind of like an Ethereum amazing NFT that kind of like made the riches for people on Cardano. Like Solana's kind of had that, right? Kind of.
Oh, they had it. Like look at the one, like just a floor one, right? Like a blessed dog, right? Like there's not shit like that on Cardano, period. Like art wise, right? So even if we were to get into the art, right, that wouldn't be it, you know? Like we don't have that. And I'm not in it for the art or like whatever. I'm in it for the marketing. And you can't market to a market that has not nearly the volume you need to be the next whatever you want it to be. If that makes any sense, right?
Right.
So we lack the volume. Like when only 1,000 people are holding assets and selling and being bought, like the 1,000 transactions or like whatever it is, right? Like that's extremely low. And we went over the chart the other day where I was like, dude, look at this. Like not even top 10 Ethereum project, right? Had more volume in it
Then our
in that
entire
particular
ecosystem.
6-hour window
Yeah.
than Cardano did the entire day or two.
Yeah, it was kind of depressing, but
It's kind of depressing to see, but it is what it is. You can't look at it like that. You can't. We all champion Cardano. I love
right.
Cardano.
But what we're waiting for is that money to come into Cardano so that
It
everything that we have.
will. It will. It
Right,
just
right,
can't. It can't
right.
right now.
So here's what's going through my head is do I buy, let's say, $5,000 NFT, which puts me in a great deficit because I'm broke. That's like a lot of money for me. And then maybe it goes up like 10,000 and I make like 10,000 in a few weeks if some like, whatever crazy amazing scenario happens, or that scenario doesn't happen and I'm down like $1,000 or two. Or, do I put that 5,000 into Cardano and wait for who knows how long, but eventually, if I picked the right projects, it could 10, 20, 30x. Right.
But that's the thing. Like either way, your margin for error is not very large. Right. On either side. Right.
Right. Like if I pick the wrong project, regardless of blockchain, I lose.
Yeah, right. So I'm not going into Ethereum on a project called Dorky Dudes or
Right.
Cutie Cats or something like that. Like I'm not. I'm picking the ones that are solid.
Right.
Right.
Even still,
So, and
though, like
it's not
big
based on
NFT
my
projects could
sentiment.
fail.
What?
But even still, like big NFT projects could fail, right? Like we've seen big NFT projects have struggles and come down a lot in volume. We saw it with Kongs. We saw it with Mutants, even though Mutants are
I totally
great.
get that, but Kongs weren't doing the work. Kongs weren't doing the work. They weren't.
But Mutants were. They just got hacked.
What?
Mutants were, and they just got hacked.
Mutants.
Like all it takes is a bad actor.
Mutants might have, but not the same level, right? It's not a level playing field, right? I don't think. And so this is what I told you to do. Sell your clays, be done with it, like whatever. Hold your one, right? You're still in there. You're still Atlanick. You're still doing your thing, right?
It's so hard to do that.
Sell some NFTs. Sell a space bud, right?
I've been selling a lot of NFTs, but I haven't not been selling. I won't sell my space bud. I only got one.
Okay.
And I bought it for 5K. I don't want to admit that 1,000+ loss.
Right.
And clays, I might be able to like get rid of a few clays, but getting rid of pitches right now at that price is like, oh, so depressing. And I have one large Sonic Village on the lake, and it's like it hasn't matured. Like that's prime property. Like I can't sell it. I can't sell it. Not for the price that it's at right now. I would be heartbroken if I sold it and 6 months later some great announcement comes out and that's my greatest large plot and it's just worthless now or worth like a bunch.
6 months from now, right? So again, just listen, just okay. Can I finish my guys? Can I finish my pitch? All right. On what I'm trying to tell them to do.
I'm muting myself. I'm listening.
So here's what we do. Okay. Sell clay, sell whatever, sell a space. Fuck it, sell a space bud. Right? It's more of a big picture, a broad picture than it is where we are right now. Okay, and I get it. J-Hub, you might be too sentimental. I totally get it. I get attached to this shit. I was attached to a lot of my Kongs. I sold my Pimp Kong. I had to, right? Because I wanted to liquidate. I wanted to get into other things because you sell all these things, right? And I told you, get into the D-Gods Bitcoin Mint, right? The Bitcoin Mint, right? There's 535 of these things, right? And if you can mint one, right now D-Gods is like at like a 12K floor, $12,000 floor, right? So if you mint one, I don't know exactly what the mint price is. It can't be too expensive, right? It's a mint. And certainly not 12K, right? So it's like try to get one, roll it into that. If you can't, try to buy something like a Ute or a Kid Called Beast. What I would do is I would buy a Kid Called Beast, right? I would wait for that information, right? A Kid Called Beast, you could buy one for like 1900 right now. Okay, that's USD, which is like 1.2 ETH or something like that, right? That might be $2,000. Sorry. So you buy a Kid Called Beast, wait for the announcement, wait for it to pump, sell it like 2 ETH, right? So now you're up 0.8, which is another $1,000, $2,000. Then you can roll it into ADA and space buds are down right now. So you can reinvest in space buds. Probably maybe even get a better bud than what you had. I don't think so. You had a golden black
I'm gonna cut you
badass
off
one,
again
right?
and make you angry. But that's considering everything going well. What if the announcement comes out and it is just as great as you say, but people for whatever reason don't buy? They were buying leading up to the announcement, like, buy the rumor, sell the news. And I just helped pump somebody's bag and now I'm down. And then I keep going down and now I need to sell for a loss. And then I do sell for a loss because I don't want to completely be out of my NFTs in Cardano. And now I have half of the NFTs in Cardano because I sold them.
Listen, I never thought a kid called Beast would pump to 2.6, but it did. And it sold.
But now you think it's going to pump again.
Do I think it's going to pump again? Yes, because ETH has the volume to do so. It's kind of crazy to think about, right? So like Clay's, they didn't pump. They did pump a little bit, right? They went from like 25 to 4,000, right? And then they settled back down, which just like what happens with everything. But the only problem that kept them from going anywhere was more volume.
I mean, that's
Like,
everything, right? Like the market has a lot of money in it, the overall market, which is crazy. You could see the market pump on any given day just off of any old news. And then sometimes, like, for example, Coinbase dropped all the way down to like $34, right? And then it pumped all the way up to like 70 or 80 in less than like 2 weeks. It was something like that. So it just shows that like the market cap of these stocks and cryptos can literally double overnight almost. There's a lot of money out there to be spent. People just aren't spending it because of the times that we're in. So I know like there's plenty of money to be thrown all over the place. There is so much money on the sidelines right now by big companies because they know that it's not the right time to invest. So yes, I know that these things could, but will they?
okay, look, listen, go to Magic Eden. It sounds like a porn site. Go to Magic Eden right now, okay? What's up? Hugs, not rugs, baby.
Hey, what's up, homie?
Papu stars. Don't do it. Don't buy those. Popular collections. Okay. Just go to popular collections.
And that's true too. Dahasar, he's saying you should sell when volume is high, not low. Which
Oogie is
yeah.
another one that I'm getting into right there. It's on Solana, right?
So you want me to look at Utes or which
Yeah,
one?
you look at Utes. Fine. So it's 122. Holy crap. Okay, recently listed. Holy crap. I thought that Halo was on the floor and I was literally about to buy
Oh, this
it.
one?
Go from price low to high. Not recently listed. Over on the right, yeah. Go on the right-hand side. No. Go on the right-hand side. There you
Gotcha.
go.
Boom.
Price low to high. Okay, so maybe not the floor one, but like, okay, so I do like the Rockstar hair. That's kind of like one of my things. I don't know.
This one?
I do like that particular hairstyle.
I like the way that they look in general. I just
Keep
don't know if
going.
I got that kind of money.
Keep going.
Oh yeah, we actually
Look at the brown one, bro. Look at the brown one. Look at the brown one
this one?
with the devil horns. Yes.
Yeah.
That one is straight, bro. That one is straight fire. Go to details.
Detail.
Under the NFT, go to details. Over to the left.
Oh, I see.
Dude, see that? That don't look bad, baby.
I mean, not at all. Does it show the percentage?
Of like what the rarity is?
Yeah.
It does, yeah. But those are the floor prices for those.
It doesn't show the percentage. I don't see it. It's all good. I mean, it looks rare, right? Looks rare.
Right.
But yeah,
So that's 131 Sol. So look up the price of Sol. If we're doing this,
19.
What's the price of Sol?
1914.
So if we're doing 131
Down 10% today?
times 1914. That's $2,500, right?
Damn. And
It's
that's on a bad day.
$2,500. What's the price of Ada?
32.
Okay, so now we're going to times this by 0.32. No. So 2507 divided
Yeah,
by.
we can look at the mutant art as well, because I did want to show that. That was something I did have written down.
He needs 7,800 Ada.
7,800 Ada. I would have to sell 2 clays, some pitches, or 1 clay, a space bud, and my GC. That's how I could get that. Or somebody will finally buy my cabin in Shahid for 3,700 that I have listed, and it's a pretty decent earning. It's like a 0.31% earning for their tokens. Or
I mean,
whatever.
That might actually sell. You know what I mean? Based
Every
on
time,
today's mint.
yeah, that's true. Every time I talk about stuff that I'm selling too, people sometimes scoop it on me when I make dumb decisions. This one's fairly listed, I'll say, though. Let me go scroll through. I'm listing a lot of things right now. I am honestly trying to dump a lot. I mean, it's a lot for me. This one, Hayfell. So yeah, if anybody's interested, I just updated this like yesterday for 3,700, maybe the day before. I think it's a very fair price. The lowest one is 2,222 though, so I don't, blame you for buying that one. But yeah, hopefully I can get that. Yeah, let's go look at the mutant.
Let's look at mutants. Fine.
Because I did want to look at mutants. So this kind of surprised me a little bit. I think these are really cool. I just thought that the mutant art would look a little bit closer to the crocs, toads, and mice. I didn't know it was actually going to be a humanoid. But I think it looks pretty cool. Like initial look, like very first at a glance, I wasn't expecting this to be their art. So like I'm honestly just not sure how I feel about it. It's not bad by any means. It's just it's not like the mutants that I know, you know what I mean? So I'm just kind of like still soaking it in.
Go to the next one.
And then yeah, these are the only 2 that we have so far.
Okay.
Unless there's more underneath it, I can check after that. But yeah, so
it does look like a ute. I'm going to be quite honest with you.
A little, I guess. A little bit, maybe. Let's see.
But it does look cool. I think it looks cool.
What's up, Elsif? Go simple swap to see conversion easily. Also can convert easily. Appreciate it. So that'll like tell you the difference between like
Solana and how much Ada is this much.
Yeah. It's so clean, not what I was expecting at all. Pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it does look really cool. I'm still soaking it in. I really don't know how I feel, completely honest. Just because it's just not what I thought I would see. But it is clean and I do like it. So it's definitely not bad. Definitely not bad. Ute holders just look like such bros, not my scene. Hold my shoe.
Gotcha.
Oh, J-Hub said the same thing. It looks like a ute.
Yeah.
It looks like a ute. Back again. Just want to let you know. Have you heard of the Gentleman's Club? Very underrated project. Yeah. Gentleman's Club, that was way back in the day, wasn't it? It was like half a year ago. Maybe a little longer.
I think it was more recent than that.
I want to say they're about half a year old.
Maybe
if I had to guess. Yeah, somewhere in that range. Because I remember this minting during a time where I want to say other strong things were minting. So I was just like not going to give them a full shot just because of when they were minting. Let's see. And said they wanted to go in a different direction with the art. The older style art wasn't well received in the community.
Yeah, and mutants.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go back to mutants so that people don't get confused. But yeah, like mutant crocs, these are the first crocs. I can understand people wanting to go from that to something like this, right?
Yeah.
I can definitely see that. 1000%. What's really cool though, did you notice the jacket? Did you notice the shirt?
Yeah.
I don't know if you know much about mutants, but this is one of their shirts from the Crocs.
Right.
So let's see if there's more. No more.
There's
See
no
what
more.
else they have to say. Oh, okay. So this is a part of like a longer thread. Oh, this is because it's a channel who's doing news.
It's Boss Linda. Boss
Gotcha.
Linda is like a whale
Oh, okay.
in CNFTs.
Gotcha.
I knew it was a decent project when me and Boss Linda were in the same Discord. I was like, okay, I'll do this. So yeah.
I like these little threads though. These are nice. They're kind of like what I do with like the weekly videos, but in like a thread form.
Right.
I like that. I like that a lot. And it gives you the little read time. Dude, this is top tier.
PFP-ables?
Where's that?
What's PFP-ables?
PF Pebbles? PFP? Oh yeah, PFPables. You nailed it. Can see people rocking them though. I don't.
Yeah.
PF. Whoops.
No, I think I don't know if they're saying.
Is that a project?
No, I
Oh,
think.
they're calling it PFPable.
Yeah, he thinks that they are PFP-ables. Like they're worthy of having a PFP.
Yeah, somebody posted too, like what it would look like on their feed. I'm not gonna be able to find that one
What's up,
though.
Dorson?
What's up, Dorson? Talking about art, which product do you think has the best art in Cardano?
That's rough.
Somebody minted some really good art just the other day. Who was it?
Like, are we talking PFP art or are we talking about art?
Yeah, because I would say like just immediate art, I gotta go Aeonium Sky. That's maybe just me. I love ethereal looking stuff.
Right.
I just think it looks really cool. Huge fan of that. There was Alley Cats have some really strong art. I don't know if it's the best, but I think it's really strong.
The only problem that people are gonna say with that is that you have cats on crack, right?
And they look like this.
They do. If you look on Solana.
Yeah, let's go cats on crack. Nope.
It's Cets, CETS. Sorry.
CETS.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Actually, we'll go look at Magic Eden.
Enter
Not
the
too
crack
late.
house. Okay.
Oh no. I can't. The music is killing me. I don't know if you guys can hear it.
No, we can't.
Okay. Just no. Cats on crack. I mean, come on, man. These don't look like that.
Kinda.
No. These. Can we do a side by? We can do a side by side.
Yeah, you can.
We can do that side by side right here. They do not.
Smaller ears.
Who is with me? Who? All right. Put a 1. If you put a
bro,
1.
Smaller
put a 1,
ears, bro.
No,
Stop
put
it.
a 1 if you think this looks like Alley Cats. Press 2 if you think cleanup is on crack. All right. This is not. They have some traits. I'll give you that. I don't see it personally. Let me find a trait. Let's see if I can even find one trait. All right. We have 2 2s and 1 1. Now it's 50-50. Damn it. Don't make me look stupid, chat.
I'm just saying they look similar, okay?
I don't know, man. Look at the eyes. Like these eyes are wild, man. Their ears are just wide. They're super big.
But people are going to make the comparison, right?
I guess. I mean, you made it, but I wouldn't have made it. I mean, I don't know Solana like that, but like I don't think so. I personally don't see it at all.
And so the art that I like is Nathaniel Cohen, right? If you look on Twitter, and he does like the milk.
How do I spell his name?
It's Netanel.
Natan. What's it after this?
EL.
EL.
Yeah. And then Cohen. COHEN.
Which one of these?
It's the one, the middle, the down further. 1, 2 more. Right there.
Right here? Okay.
Yep. So you can go to his collection on JPEG Store right there.
All right. Let's go check him out. Damn. 2,500.
So he's one of my favorite artists on Cardano. I would say Cardano, like artists. So one was on sale, I think.
These look pretty cool. I like Midnight. I just love darker colors.
Right. But if you look like his milk cartons and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, Milk.
No,
So he was the
down
one.
low.
Was he not the one who made Milk?
I think so, but he has some of them on here. Like, look.
Oh, okay.
Bull and stuff like that.
Gotcha. Yeah, they look pretty cool.
Yeah, like he's probably one of my favorite artists on Cardano. He's very wicked talented, but yeah, Aeonium Sky is probably my one of my favorites.
See, Tink says they are the same as they are cats, but not really even kind of the same.
Yeah.
But no, it was actually a really, really close. There was a lot of ones and a lot of twos. So I'll call it a draw. They said that D-Man said they were certainly influenced by them.
Right. And they came out and said that. So
yeah,
that was fine.
Is the Bored Ape Cardano Club a direct ripoff? Same traits and all? Question mark.
I wouldn't get into it. Okay.
Yeah.
Just because it's like, well, there's only one Bored Ape, right? And that's on Ethereum.
Yeah.
Can't be duplicated. Just not going to happen.
There was already a fake Bored Ape, wasn't there?
On Cardano? Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So if this is going to be the second, excuse me, fake, I don't know. It's probably just for fun. If I would, if I had to assume, as far as like amazing art, Durr says Pendulum and Society 25. Yeah, Pendulum does have very good art, and I could see the argument for Society. Milk's crazy detailed. Want some? Yeah, I agree. Milk went on that crazy on sale after they tried to turn Milk into like a DAO. You remember that?
Yeah.
That was freaking wild.
Yeah.
Dorson is Or. This is the only real art, if you ask me, of these successful projects. I could see that too. I'm not a huge fan, but I see it. I see what people see. That Midnight art made me think about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
That is true. Yeah.
Favorite art is Lucky Lizards, baby.
There we go, baby.
Bow, 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 bow.
Bow, bow.
You gotta do the Lucky Lizards, man, for the one time. Man, this is so nostalgic sometimes to go back and look through.
Right.
I had the watch on mine, and I had everything. I had the bucket hat. I still got it somewhere. But yeah, the true OG Lucky Lizard is fire.
Yeah.
Agreed. Avoiding. Oh, you're talking about avoiding what? I don't remember what we were talking about. Maybe the cats. Can't remember. Don't want to put words in your mouth though.
But like it's difficult. Like, so we're in a difficult time right now. As far as like market sentiment and stuff like that. Now is like we got to be wise with our money. Like super wise. I think if you're gonna mint something, sure, mint Ape Society. If Clay comes out with something, sure. I don't know what they're coming out with, but sure. Space Buds won't come out with anything. Like they're just sticking with their collection, right? So you don't have to worry about that. Oh, he's talking about
with updated art at least. Oh, yeah. That makes sense. Motherfuckers will prosper 100%.
Alpha on Polygon, yeah. I'm kind of looking at that. Also, Polygon just had a new one with wrecked dogs, and you're going to be able to customize your NFT. So I was looking at that one, and it's still super cheap. Like it's still super, super cheap. So, which I'm making the move to Polygon, obviously, when Utes move to Polygon. And so that is now Polygon is now like the second place marketplace in NFT space. So,
Yeah.
and I think it's just going to get bigger.
I might have to start actually looking into Polygon a little bit more. I haven't looked in too much, but yeah, it does seem like it's going to be pretty big.
Yeah.
If Utes is going to go over, and I just feel, yeah.
And the coolest thing is, like, if you got a Ute, you would automatically get in there, you weirdo. And then on top of that, you stake your Utes and you get whitelists.
If you just pay $5,000 to $12,000,
you're $5,000. It's
$2,000.
It's a measly $2,700 investment.
Yeah, just give me $2,700. You can be a part of this exclusive group.
You want to go halvesies on it?
I mean, yeah.
I already told you what I'm doing. I'm selling my kid called Beast, right? For like 2.5 ADA or 2.5 ADA, Jesus, ETH when the info comes out and more stuff is released. Because basically what they're doing is they're backlogging information, right? They're backlogging announcements so that way they can announce multiple things all at the same time, and it's going to create euphoria, right? And so naturally people are going to be like, we got to get in, let me in, and so I'm waiting on that. I think there's just not enough volume to do what we need to do, and then I'm going to sell one of those, and then put it into Utes or whatever, and then get my 7th one, and then once I do that, like I'll be looking to get a DeGod, and then
and by that time, hopefully we're in a better market situation too.
Right. But yeah, there's so many mints going on right now, and it's just like the secondary volume can only take so much.
And this is what I was talking about too. And the Coda's 9,500 of them, all the exact same piece, except for the 500 special ones.
Right.
And or I actually didn't bring this up. This was something I was reading. I apologize. But yeah.
Rick Dogs. Rick Dogs, baby. I told you, Rick Dogs, baby.
Yeah. But and saying tough sell if it was any other project, and 100%. Incoming news. Not sure if you know this, but the Frog Collective will be licensing IP rights for their NFTs to the holders. So that's aren't
Frog Collective
aren't all NFTs you have the right to them? Or did they mean you also have the right to make like your own exclusive merch based off of it? But still, right? Like, isn't that all NFTs, or am I tripping?
Not all. I mean, it depends on the wording, because most of them, if they make over, like, let's say $1 million, which I don't think any project has done besides like Bored Apes with the restaurants and stuff like that, a percentage will be expected to go back to team, right?
Gotcha.
Same thing, Space Buds, right? Clays, right? If you did clays and you make money off of it, like as long as it's under $1 million, like you'll be fine. But after $1 million, they kind of reserve the right to earn money off of that. Yeah. So it's COO, right? Is what it's called. And so they can't come back to you and be like, hey, you made a crap ton of money. But also at the same time, you can take your original art, right? Or your original art that you had from them.
Yeah.
And create your own derivatives and then sell those in a different market or like whatever it may be. Frog Collective, to be quite honest with you, Frog Collective does not look bad at all.
No, they just had a bunch of FUD when they first came out, and I think that's what everybody kind of still has in their mind. But I mean, their pass is still holding up pretty strong. They were definitely in the thousands before that, but yeah, Dorson saying Stag, Chilled Kongs, Unleashed Beasts, Monster, Frog Collective, Ape Society, Goofy Gophers. Like, that's so many mints. It's so crazy.
Don't forget Order of the Kraken. Right?
Yeah, Order of the Kraken. And yeah, I wanted to talk about them a little bit too. But Dorson's saying he's part of the Unleashed Beast team, by the way. So, dude, that's awesome.
What is Unleashed?
Unleashed Beasts they have this really cool art. I wanted to talk to them before. I think I sent your Twitter maybe one time, like a message to try to reach you guys. don't remember where exactly I sent the message, but if you guys are interested in doing any sort of collab or something, hit me up because I'm definitely interested. Unleashed.
I've seen it before. I'm sure of it.
They have really cool art. Like, look, they do
Yeah.
stuff like this. So they have their beast ticket, which is doing fairly well. 900, almost 1,000 ADA. And then
Oh, they're having a Coda's space right now.
Ooh, okay.
Plus it's time. Well, I got to get ready to leave anyway. I got to.
Yeah, we do have to go actually. So this is kind of perfect timing. But Orman, thank you so much for helping out and giving us some information, man. I'll go join that space too. I'm about to get a workout in, so I'll probably have that playing while I do. Unfortunately,
pumping iron, bro.
Oh man, today's leg day, dude. I just want to go to bed.
Hey, sell your shit, get a ute, bro. Sell your shit, get a ute.
I'll think about it.
You're not gonna think about
it. Yeah, I'll think about it. But all right, guys. I appreciate this. This was a dope ass stream. This was really chill. I appreciate all the information from everybody in chat. And Clean, I will continue to think about it because I do think that you have a very good idea on your hands. I'm just skeptical. But anyways, guys, I know Clean's got to go pick up his kids, and there's going to be a badass space, so most people are probably going to leave and go take care of that. So appreciate you all for coming. Remember to get outside, see your family, see your friends. We're here to make more money so that we can spend more time with them. Until next time, guys. Peace.